Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jonathan. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch my videos and to listen to what I have to say. So thank you so much. Some things I want to get off my chest real quick, and I want to try to be really quick and fast about this to get to the point of this video. This information I'm going to give you is for you to take a step back, to think for yourself, look at things at a different angle perspective, come to your own conclusion, just think for your freaking self, and don't believe all the BS that you hear out there. Above all, question everything, okay? And question the information I'm going to give you, okay? Do your own homework. It's not rocket science, people. Also, this information that I'm about to present to you, it's not for everyone. I don't want to be rude, nasty, or disrespectful. It defeats the whole purpose of me wasting my time doing this. And I apologize, it's not a waste, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, just defeats the whole purpose. But if I piqued your curiosity, great, and you're still watching, sweet. If you're the type of person like I am, where you're trying to put the puzzle together to figure out the big picture, build that foundation of knowledge, so then you can start moving on, welcome, my friend. Hopefully you can help me and I can help you. Okay, so this information that I'm going to bombard you with is a lot of information to soak in. It's going to go against everything that you know as the truth. Okay, it's going to go against everything you were told, you were taught in school. It goes against everything. Okay, and let me tell you, it boils my blood. It pisses me off to no end that this shit is real and that this shit exists. This is not a theory when you've got concrete evidence of what I'm about to show you. Okay, and this is going to this is going to start a journey like no other for you, and it's going to suck you in. It's really going to suck you in. I take no great pride in doing what I'm doing. This is not for fun for me. Okay, I'm not getting rich off of it. I'm not making any money. I'm not doing it for fame or glory. I'm doing it to present this information to you that has presented to me, to create change, to hold those accountable. And when everybody, all the human beings, start realizing what's going on and start asking questions, then maybe finally change will happen. And I'm hoping so for our next generations. It's just freaking ridiculous. But here we go. I'll go over this information as quickly as possible. I got to give you a little foundation for how I got this information, okay? How I came upon it. I lived in Alaska. I met amazing people up there. I was invited to a ball, and it was pretty much like a meeting, and I got sucked into a group of guys and their conversations, and they were talking about shit that blew my mind, and I just could not believe. Well, obviously, I couldn't control my facial expressions, and I wasn't saying anything. So they got with me later on, and one in particular was really communicating with me, and he emailed me this website, and it's something similar to this, but it was worded and structured differently, but the beginning was the same. The United States is a country, is not a country, it's a corporation. I had to reread that several freaking times. I kept getting madder and madder. And I put on my brick wall, and I called BS, just like you're going to do. I know you're going to do it. Those of you who are not in the know, those of you who are in the know, you know what I'm talking about. It's hard to swallow. So I called him out. And I was kind of rude and disrespectful about it, but he pretty much put me in my face. Pretty much bitch slapped me, okay? So he gave me a long email, and he said, listen, this you were never taught in school. Your mom and dad didn't know. They don't want you to know anything. Remember, throughout all the civilizations on this planet, those who were in power wanted to stay in power. Control, power, control, and profit, okay? And knowledge is power. They do not want you to know what's really going on and what they're doing behind closed doors, and hence the secrecy. They want to dumbify everybody, keep you distracted, keep you working so you're paying taxes. You are their income. You are their revenue. They don't want you to know. They don't want a civil war. They don't want any of that, okay? And hence why they control everything and anything. He says, I went to law school, and I got out of it because it's corrupt, and it's not beneficial for the people, the human beings. It's not. It's to benefit the corporations, okay? So he says it's all corrupt and it's all messed up, but I am going to present you with a website and a key to unlock the Pandora's box. My first thing was Hellraiser, man. I was like, oh, hell no. I do not want to see that box. I'm not touching that box. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Stay the hell away with me on this. But it sucked me in. Well, hopefully that made you laugh and you know what Hellraiser, the movie and the series I'm talking about. But he says this is going to unlock the Pandora's box for you. Now remember, there are words in law that have more meaning than what you think they are, what the general public is aware of. He says, especially the word person and persons, okay, and United States. And that blew my mind. I was like, all right, bullshit, I got to call this out. I got to look at it. So he sent me to a website, which pretty much is this. And you type in www.uscode.gov. It takes you to this. You click on this link right here, and then you click on search and browse, and it takes you right to here. And if you don't believe me, you can compare it to this website, like many, Cornell Law School, okay? U.S. Code Tables and Contents, same layout, same information, okay? So I'm going to do this for you, move this video up here. You're going to type in Title 28, Section 3002. Now, you can do your own homework and look at every single title, sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, whatever. But I'm about to unlock the Pandora's box from hell for you. So, think of the word person, okay? Remember some of the key words I told you. Person you think is an individual, a human being. One is a person, right? No. The word persons you think means human beings, individuals, a group of people, meaning more than one human being, right? No. No. So if you look at number 10, in particular the word person, it is a corporation, a partnership, an unincorporated association, a trust, an estate, any other public or private entity, including a state or local government. See, any other public or private entity is a person, or can be defined as a person. But for the sake of this video, the United States. You and I think the United States is the states that united to form America, right? No, it's not as simple and clear-cut as that. It is a federal corporation. They incorporated. People, read that. It's right there in your face. Good luck debunking it. Good luck to you. More power to you. Okay? It's in there. You can't deny it. So you gotta ask yourself, how the hell did that happen? Well, I'm gonna get there. Okay? So I showed you that website. So now I want you to do a research, and maybe you should do this at the beginning. What are the different types of government? Okay? This links to the Articles of Confederation. This links to the Constitution. This will explain a lot. And those of you who are in the know, please bear with me. Some people don't fully understand and grasp this. Look up the different types of government and take a step back and look at the history of America and where we are today and what you think we really have. Okay? They will tell you that, you know, that we are governed by a federal government, and that's all it is. It is located in the District of Columbia, which is our capital, but they don't tell you it's a state. They don't tell you the truth about it. And, you know, just do your own homework on it. Okay, there's a lot they don't tell you. But also, I did something else. What state is Washington, D.C. in? This led me to what Washington and D.C. means. Okay, the capital of the United States, Washington, D.C., is a federal district and not part of any state, located in between Maryland and Virginia. Okay, so look at a map. Here you will see Maryland. Okay, and it pretty much looks like Maryland is the one that gave up land for it, not Virginia, because it's on Maryland's side of the water. Okay, this is the District of Columbia. They named it the District of Columbia. It is a district. It's not a state. It is a small territory of land, a district, okay, that is a separate rogue entity other than the other states, okay? Its laws, statutes, law enforcement, its codes do not extend beyond those boundaries or those borders, okay? They are bound to the District of Columbia. There was a lot of acts that took place in the history of Washington, D.C. that got it to where it is today, okay? And I'm going to show you another smoking gun to show proof that what I'm saying to you, that it is a federal city, it is a federal district, it is incorporated, because all districts, all cities have what? Mayors, right? A list of mayors of Washington, D.C. This is from Wikipedia. It gives you some really interesting information, but then it gives you images, members, term began, end term, state, etc., all the way to 2015, which is really good. But when they created this, let's go back to the federal district. So they designated this land, moved all the cattle, got the Indians off of it, designated it as the Federal District of Columbia. Okay, there's a reason why they use the word Columbia. Look at it, and you'll see how the symbolism behind it and what Columbia is. It is not God, it is a goddess, and she represents something. So do your own homework on that, okay? But here's another website which is really good. I'm going to play a video for you, and this is from the History Channel, and it's the Articles of Confederation. This will tie and help everything come together for you, get you to see the big picture, okay? So here we go.
We love our Constitution.
Uh-oh. Great. Great. Try this again.
In the U.S., we love our Constitution. But it wasn't always this way. Before the Constitution and government we have today, we had a sort of prototype constitution called the Articles of Confederation, which created a nation of independent states only loosely linked together by a single Congress. The Founding Fathers intentionally designed a nation with a very weak central government. There was no judicial branch, no executive branch, so there's no president. Which, when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. You know, the colonists had just been through a really bad breakup with the British king, and they're not about to get back together with a government who looked just like their ex, okay? We've all made that mistake before, okay? You go and date a girl like the last girl you dated, you're gonna get hurt, okay? Don't do this to yourself. The Congress, which was just a single chamber with a delegate from every state, did have some power, like the authority to make treaties and alliances, maintain an army, and coin money. But they couldn't levy the taxes to pay for those things. In fact, under the Articles of Confederation, paying federal taxes was voluntary for the states, who of course were like, no thanks, we're good. The U.S. had borrowed money from European
Look at that, 11
investors and
million.
nations to pay for the Revolutionary War, but with no power to tax, the United States couldn't pay back any of those debts, creating a huge economic disaster by 1787. With no funds and limited power, the central government couldn't do much to protect peace at home. This became abundantly clear during Shays' Rebellion in 1786, when farmers in Massachusetts violently protested against the state's high taxes. So if the Articles of Confederation weren't working, why didn't they just make changes to it?
Here you go.
Well, it was practically impossible. Amendments to the Articles needed unanimous consent, and the delegates from the 13 states had more opinions than a YouTube comment section. By the way, you should comment on this video right now. Say something nice about it. This weak Congress and a broke, ineffective federal government eventually proved to be too much of a burden on the United States. Because when 13 different state governments held all the power, nothing was getting accomplished. The Founding Fathers found this out the hard way. So they went back to the drawing board, drafting a new and improved constitution.
Okay, I'm going to pause. Alright, so really good video, and it ties everything that I'm trying to explain to you in my own way, okay? The Articles of Confederation, in my book, was a masterpiece. It was clear-cut, it was right to the point, and it also prohibited any state from denying anybody the freedom of one of your natural God-given rights to travel, okay? That there is going to open up Pandora's box. But then you had these rich, white, elite people who decided to lock themselves in a room, not make it publicly known what they're doing, to hashtail it out to form a government, okay? The branches and etc., the representatives, terms, conditions, powers that be, etc., to have a system. And it is a system, okay? And it's not a very good system because look at where we are today. Just look at where we are today. Now, you got to ask yourself, when I told you to do your homework about the types of government, okay? We live in what? A democracy, okay? Our politicians always like to throw that in our face. We have democracy, and that's one of the fundamental foundations of our country. But notice it's not a direct democracy. It is a represented democracy, okay? Big difference. Where one person has to answer to all of us, and then you hope and pray to God that that person's going to go up on the hill and represent the commonwealth and what we want. And you notice how that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen anymore. But for a government, it's one person to deal with than the masses. It's one person to corrupt, one person to influence. It's just one person, okay, they can control. I'm also going to give you another website called the U.S. States Order and Dates of Statehood. Very important. Then I showed you that. Now let's get to the Act of 1871. This is a very important act of Congress. Now remember, this is an act. All acts, Congress has the power to abolish, but they choose not to. This is the act in which they incorporated the federal district, the federal city in that district of Columbia, our government. They incorporated our government in a sense. Some people will better have the ability to better explain that. I'm trying, but it's just really hard to explain. But this website will give you some really good information, and it will give you a video, a very good video, and we'll link you to more YouTube videos that are even better, that are so easy a 10-year-old can understand. But very important information you need to read and understand. Now, you got to understand, when you watch the video and he told you about how we owed money, the federal government and their decisions got the country in the debt that it's in, okay? And it was bad. These people were calling for the money and they wanted their money, right? You got to think of what we had as collateral at that time. You got to think of so many things at a different angle. It's going to blow your socks off. And this explains a lot. But this Act of 1871 is what really started the corruption. Okay, so they sold us out to international bankers. They sold us out. That means these people are going to lend us money, but they want it back and then some, right? And if you can't pay, then they want to redo the contract that benefits them more and screws you. This was their whole intention, was to take over nations, to take over countries, to rule from the shadows. And after 1871, when they incorporated the federal government, and you got to think about this, kings and queens rule land, right? Families, bloodlines, etc. But a president rules or controls a corporation, a vice president, which is your backup, etc. And then you have other positions of authority, right? It is structured like a corporation. But there was an act of 1913 that finally took place after the international bankers got their way. And this here will explain. It's easy to understand. Read it on your own time. Take your time. Read word by word. You can even download it. You can even print it. Very good information. I'm going to take you to this website. And let me scroll up because I got ahead of myself. Okay, right here. The Idiot's Guide to the Federal Reserve Scam. Now, guys, don't be offended. Please don't. I tried to find a website where it's so easy a 10-year-old can read it and understand it and like it. They did an amazing job. What is the Federal Reserve? Because it all comes down to this and the international bankers and the shadow government, okay? There's a lot of corruption going on, more than you will ever know and understand. But it all started with this, okay, the corruption and to take over our money, okay? This will explain a lot. Just read it, click on all the things that you can. How do we have it? Or why do we have it? There are two answers to why we have the Fed. There is a general mainstream answer. And then there is the hidden real answer, okay? So you got the cover story, you got the real story, okay? Read that from left to right, and it's going to blow your socks off. Good luck debunking and proving it wrong. Good luck. History and timeline, very good, very good. To better understand the Federal Reserve, it is important to understand the creation of the central bank as long been the plan from the international bankers. After many failed attempts, it wasn't until 1913 that the bankers finally accomplished their goal. That's where they weaseled their way into power and control. And it's been a snowball effect since then. But this person right here, look at that ugly mug, was Satan himself. Give me control of a nation's money, and I care not who makes her laws. Give me control of the nation's money, and I care not who makes her laws. The truth. They control the government, the economy, services and goods, everything. Everything. Okay. Next, you will see events that took place throughout our history. This is really good. I think you should really read it. Do your homework. This is something you may want to show your kids. But something I want to point out to you. There are two very famous, important individuals that I really admire. And there was Abraham Lincoln, okay? He was one that I really have a lot of respect for. This is a guy that was in your face, shaking your hand, that did not need anybody to protect him. He was all about we the people, for the people. He was one of us. He knew of all the corruption. He knew what was really going on behind closed doors, and he was sick of it. And he was trying to come up with ways to fix what was going on, and that he had the power to. And let me tell you, it's overwhelming when you know the truth, because you just don't know how we got to this point and how it can keep going. It's frustrating. So he issued the greenbacks. After all the other stuff that he's done in the assassination attempts, it wasn't until, what, April the 15th, 1865, which was just a little after him issuing the greenbacks. Okay, when the president issues greenbacks, there's a process. It just doesn't happen the next day, okay? So they use this time to scheme up a way to assassinate him. You can look up the whole cover-up about Lincoln's assassination, and you will be amazed. You will be amazed. But there's also Kennedy, okay? Kennedy told the truth. He told things as it is. Look at his famous speeches. I'm not going to say the man was perfect. No human being is perfect. But damn it, he tried to do the same thing. Kennedy authorized Treasury to issue money, okay? Our money. And look at how it's written, okay? But notice, a little while afterwards, you got 1963. 1963, he was assassinated. The same freaking year. They didn't wait. They assassinated him his ass the same freaking year. Don't believe everything you hear. Okay, that was a professional hit on America's soil. That was a professional that did it. That person that did it should burn in hell, because they are anti-freedom, anti-America, anti-everything. They betrayed their country big time by assassinating this guy. Can you imagine where we would be at if he was still president and still alive? Could you imagine? Oh boy, I could imagine. But read all that information. And then it goes to who created it and who owns it. Okay? And this will also bring you, and you'll hear information about Jekyll's Island. Okay? The Federal Reserve is a whole new video and the truth about it. But I just want to give you little bits and pieces of important things that is the foundation of the corruption and how we got to where we are today. It was all a snowball effect since the federal government was created. Since it was created, all hell broke loose, and it was just a disaster. Okay? It's just, oh my goodness. But I also want to read you something very important. Okay? Out of all this information that I have presented to you, hopefully it sends you in the right direction and helps you build that foundation. It is a lot to soak in. It is a lot. It's just a lot. I know, my friend, you're going to put up your brick wall and call bullshit. Hopefully I have sent you in the right direction, and I've helped you on your journey, and hopefully you can expand this knowledge, and you will see that all the information that's out there are pretty much consistent. No matter what video, no matter what website, everybody has a way of presenting information differently. But if you read between the lines, you will see it's real people, okay? And once again, I take no great pride in this, okay? I'm not getting rich, making money off of this. This is for me to help open up one human being's eyes at a time, to spread the knowledge, to hopefully we can start holding people accountable and start change. It is freaking ridiculous, people. It is ridiculous, okay? But our country should have never gone through the things that we have gone through. You know, after all the BS that we went through with Great Britain, you would think that our forefathers would write a constitution automatically abolishing slavery, automatically creating women's rights in the Bill of Rights, automatically solidifying our God-given rights and making it to where no state, no government can infringe upon them ever without committing a felony and our treason to the people. You see what I'm saying? Okay, they should have done all this. If they have done all this, we wouldn't be in the shithole we're in now, trying to get out of it year after freaking year. It's freaking ridiculous. Going back to, you know, the bankers, sitting them down, redoing the contract, saying, you know what, this is what we're going to do. We're going to pay you the principal. We're going to pay you a fixed interest, and that's it. That is the national debt. We are going to issue our own currencies, our own money. You're going to accept it, and you're going to take it for what its face value, and we're going to pay you off. Push them off to the side, etc. Remember, all these acts of Congress can be abolished. Remember that even the Federal Reserve Act, it is an act of Congress that they can easily get rid of. Okay, so with all this information said, let me read something very important to you that every American, every human being in this country should reread. And I want to emphasize a couple things on this. And you're probably looking at it right now, reading it yourself. But as you do that, I still want to read this in my own words. These words and the way that they are structured are it's a masterpiece. It is an amazing piece of art. It's whatever you want to call it. It is soul-shaking, ground-shaking. It is to move you. It is inspiring. You know, these simple words and the way that they're structured. So let's get going. We, the people of the United States. Notice it doesn't say person or persons or citizens. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensures democracy, or domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings and liberties of ourselves and our prosperity, do ordain and establish the Constitution for the United States of America. Notice it says for the United States of America. For the United States of America. Not this crap, okay? You know, that right there should inspire you to read further on. Very good information. So I'm going to go ahead and close this and try to come to a conclusion on this video. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to repeat myself again. I've thrown a lot at you. Hopefully I've helped you on your journey, and you can help me, help others, you know, send people in the right direction, share your comments, be productive, be respectful, don't be a dick, read between the lines, don't violently and maliciously assault someone because of a word they misspelled, way that they structured their sentence. Read between the freaking line, okay? Help. Be a part of the solution, not against it, okay? But this information, good luck on debunking. Good luck. I'm going to make more videos, so please subscribe so you get notified whenever I create more videos. Please like me or dislike me, but if you're going to dislike me, let me know respectfully why, okay? And see what you've got to say. I do respect freedom of speech and freedom of expression, but there's a fine line you do not cross. Do not get violent, do not threaten, do not scare or intimidate. Okay? That defeats the whole purpose, and you're going to cause more drama and problems when people start feeling that you're being threatening or intimidating in nature or belittling them. Okay? Show some basic respect. Basic respect. But you get what I'm saying. Okay? So I hope you like this video, and I've built that foundation again, and I sent you in the right direction. So until next time, God bless. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope to see you again. Peace.